Today is Friday of the fourth week of Easter. So the scales fell from his eyes. A light from the sky knocked St. Paul to the ground on the road to Damascus. Things like scales fell from his eyes, the text says. Sometimes Jesus can hit us pretty hard before we get the point. But let me try a subtler approach with you today. In last Tuesday's Gospel for the feast of Saints Philip and James, Jesus explained to his disciples that since they know him, they also know the Father, because, he says, I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. The Father dwells in me, doing his works. The disciples claimed not to understand. We too might ask, doing his works, what works? The Father's first work was the creation. And Psalm 19 says that the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament proclaims his handiwork. So, stop to notice the heavens, the firmament, also known as the sky and all it encompasses, and the creation we live in. And allow yourself to be awestruck by it. At this moment, you are perceiving with both your physical eyes and your eyes of faith the reality and the presence of God. So when Jesus claims that we've already seen the Father, we can all say, yes, indeed, we have. This may come as something of a surprise to you, because Western Catholicism has turned our Catholic faith into abstract ideas, leaving our faith bereft of the palpable reality and presence of God. Take a good look around you. This morning I noticed a sea of tall grass, punctuated by tiny yellow buttercups waving in the breeze, right on the edge of the campus. Or take a look at the peonies in the parish garden. Stop thinking of trees, flowers, or even the Potomac as mere decoration, something for the dining room table or your backyard. Look at nature. See nature as the essence of creation. This essence carries to our hearts and minds their deeper reality, namely, God dynamically present to us. Once we can do this, we can start to realize that we are one of those works. So are all the other people in the world. And from this insight, it is clear that justice and compassion have to be central to lives of faith. Whoever believes in me will do the works I do, and will do greater ones than these, Jesus says. Greater ones than these? And what are those greater works? Well, calling forth life from dead places in people's hearts and minds, giving sight to those who live in life's darkness, helping people overcome their lameness because of life's cruelties. It can sound like a cliche to say that God asks us to be co-creators of life, but that is what Jesus is saying. The conversion of heart Jesus calls us to is the recognition that this mode of creation is great, as great or greater than any achievement of our professional lives. And spring invites us to offer new life to those around us. This can sound like more romantic cliche until we encounter the forces of darkness and death that will oppose us. But Jesus' death and resurrection promise us hope even as we labor, and especially as we struggle for faith and justice. Paul plants, Apollos waters, and God gives the growth, and the rebirth, and the hope.